Hi guys, Vic here. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to see you guys. Um, I probably sound like I have a lisp, and I do. I'll talk about that in another video. I'll explain everything to you guys. So yeah, just try and bear with me because your girl's struggling. In today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about leveling up your personal life. This is not coming from like a financial aspect or anything because your girl is not rich by any means, but whenever I do get rich, I will help you guys, give you some tips and tricks. But no, I just want to talk about leveling up just your personal life, because this is a journey that I'm going on myself, and I try and inspire others around me to do not necessarily the same things, but just things that are going to make their life um, better, more enjoyable, uh, feel like they have a purpose. Okay, so let's begin. Um, First, I would say to create a to-do list or an agenda. I actually have one. You can't probably see it, but like, sorry, behind me, you see that whiteboard? It's like half whiteboard, half corkboard. On that board, I have my daily agenda that I usually write down the night before. I'll put the date and I'll put everything that I have on that to-do list, just so that it kind of gives me some structure to go about my day. Um, Now, I don't always get everything completed that is on the to-do list, and that is okay. One thing that I learned to do is to not overexhaust myself. If it doesn't get completed that particular day, then I just leave it up there for the next day, as long as I do complete it at some point. Okay, so definitely, if you can, create a to-do list, because having a visual and actually seeing like you checking off those tasks is so helpful, and it just makes you feel like you're getting things accomplished. The next thing that I want to talk about is taking care of your body. Okay, this means like eating healthily, meaning like whole foods, healthy foods. Junk food is so tempting, and I do eat junk food too, but for the most part, I try to eat fresh fruits and vegetables and foods that are rich in nutrients, because it's going to promote my health. And I'm a mother, I'm a wife, so I have to lead by example, especially for my children, to help them see, that I'm trying to live a healthy lifestyle by eating foods that are good for me. So definitely eat well, drink a lot of water. I need to work on that for sure. I do drink water, but I don't drink as much as I should. But definitely drinking water is promoting health and makes you feel good. Another thing is to exercise. I don't care even if you are jumping rope for 10 minutes or going on a walk in the park. Exercise, get your body moving, get that blood flowing. It helps you feel better, it helps you stay young. And here in our country, well, America, we have a very high obesity rate, and a lot of it has to do with the food. We have so many fast food restaurants, we have a crappy diet just overall in general, and then also people aren't getting enough exercise. So definitely make sure you exercise. I cannot tell you how good I feel after I exercise. I normally try to exercise about 5 days out of the week. But if I'm too tired, I may skip a day, but normally I exercise 5 days a week. But some people do more, some people do less. Do what works for you, but just make sure that you're doing something and you're not just sitting all the time. Um, Another thing that you definitely need to do is to set boundaries with people. I always believe that people do what you allow them to do. So if there's someone in your life that's continuously treating you bad, they're doing it because you are letting them treat you bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way I can describe it. People do what you allow. It's like, I had a conversation with a relative about another relative recently, and she was like, oh, but That's just the way she is. That's just how she talks. Yeah, but okay, if she talks like that to other people, that may be okay. But this person knows that they can't talk to their boss like that. They're not going to talk to an elder like that. So it's like that person knows who they can and cannot talk to in a certain manner. So don't use, oh, that's just how they are as an excuse as to why they act that way. They know what's right and what's wrong, and that's just how people are. If they know they can get away with talking to you any kind of way or treating you any kind of way, they're going to continuously do it because you're letting them do it. So you have to put them in their place and let them know, no, we're not having that. This is what you're not going to do. Like, you're not going to be talking to me like this. You're not going to be treating me like this. And if this is how it's going to be, then you have to be removed from my life. I don't want to deal with you. I actually had to set boundaries with a relative recently. There was some family drama going on, and I literally had to tell this person, like, okay, you know what? This is enough. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. It doesn't involve me. You know, it's not going to make or break my life or my day. So this conversation ends right now. You have to make sure that you set boundaries for yourself, because if you don't, people are going to exhaust you, whether it's physically, mentally. Maybe you have a problem with always saying yes every time somebody asks you to do something. You're saying yes because you feel obligated, or you feel bad if you don't do it. It's okay to say no sometimes. Set your boundaries, and I promise you will be so much more happy. Okay. Another thing is to remove any toxicity. Okay. We all have family members and friends that are just toxic, or they have toxic traits, and you may keep them around because you feel like you are obligated because they're family, they're blood, or because they're a close friend of, like, oh yeah, I've known her since kindergarten, we've been best friends forever, or we've been friends for a very long time. Yeah, okay, but that doesn't mean you need to keep them around if they are ruining your peace of mind. I literally have friends and family members that I love dearly and I care about, but sometimes I have to mentally prepare myself to talk to them, because I know when I talk to them, it's not going to be any good news. Like, it's just always something bad every time you talk to them, and that's exhausting. So, I do try to be positive with them and provide positive feedback, but then sometimes it's like, if I see that name pop up on my phone, it's like, you know what, I'm not answering it today. I can't, because I have to protect my peace of mind. And sometimes it's to the point with some people, not necessarily me right now in this point in my life, but there are times where you just have to cut the person off altogether, because they're just too toxic and it's too much to deal with, and it's just so draining and it's not healthy at all. So yes, if you can minimize or cut out toxic people in your life, do it. Just do it. You will feel so much more free and happy, and it'll feel like the weight has been lifted off of your shoulder, because you don't have to deal with the burden of someone else's negativity. Another thing to do is to try new things. Be willing to learn. Like, nobody likes a know-it-all, because you can't teach them anything. Okay? You have to be flexible to learn how to do new things. Be flexible to learn, or to allow for someone to teach you how to do something new, or just venture out and do something you've never done before. The world is so big and we don't know it all. There's always something new to learn. Life is a learning process within itself. So do something new. Like, I'm currently learning the language of Malaysia, which is Malay. And it's so funny because I recently started watching Malaysian dramas, and I just thought the language was so pretty. So I actually started learning the language on this website called Mango. I'm pretty sure they probably have an app too. But I use Mango Languages, and I have started recently learning Malay. So it's funny because now sometimes when I'm watching these dramas, I hear the words that I am learning, and it's just so cool. Like, oh, I recognize that. Like, you can kind of put two and two together. So yeah, definitely learn something new. Never stop learning. Please, never stop learning. Another thing that kind of has to go hand in hand with learning is reading, and basically jotting down any new vocabulary words that you may learn. Like, there has been times where I am watching a TV show or I'm reading a book and a word is used that I don't necessarily know. Like, I'm not familiar with the word, I've never heard it before, I don't quite understand what it means. I'll go and I'll look up what the word means. And I actually have a little booklet where I write down words that I've come across that I've never heard before and I want to know what it means. Like, for example, I was watching Girlfriends a couple months ago and the word litigious kept being brought up. I'm like, litigious, what does that mean? Like, they kept saying it in that particular episode. And it means basically someone who is prone to basically going to court, always wanting to file a lawsuit. That's what litigious means. I'm like, oh, I would have never known that had I not looked it up. Another word that I recently learned was kvetch, which means to basically complain. You're always complaining about something. You're kvetching. Yeah, so it's just like two words that I've learned, but there are some more that I've jotted down, but I didn't really say them just now. Another thing, last but not least, is to pray or meditate. Like me, I'm very spiritual. Not everybody believes in the same thing, and I do understand that, but I do believe in God, and I do like to pray, and I like to meditate on my prayers. It just gives me peace of mind. That's the only thing I can say. It just gives me a peace of mind. It makes me feel at ease, and it just makes me feel good inside. I really don't know what else to say in terms of prayer and meditation other than that. So yeah, this is a really short video. You're probably gonna see me in another video wearing the same thing because I'm gonna record something else after this, and in that video I'll be explaining why I have a lisp. So yeah, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of lengthy, more than what I normally do, but yeah, if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Mwah.